Sto registrando, present. Ok, si vede lo schermo mio?
Sì.
Ok.
Il mio.
Chat. Sì, ok. Buonasera a tutti e benvenuti a questo Kanbar numero 5, dopo che la settimana scorsa ci siamo interrotti in quanto c'era il summit di Atlassian. Chi di voi l'ha visto e dopo vuol fare due chiacchiere alla fine, siccome Tempo, tra le altre cose, è stato uno degli sponsor più importanti, sia di questo che dei summit precedenti, in quanto Tempo è uno dei più grossi top partner del marketplace Atlassian. Noi come GetConnected, come business unit e partner Atlassian, lavoriamo con Tempo dal 2015 perché i prodotti e le app che adesso Guðrún vi farà vedere, di cui vi parlerà, sono molto utili per la gestione del time tracking. Tempo non a caso, e quindi ci fa molto piacere avere con noi qui oggi Guðrún, che oltre ad essere una product manager di Tempo, come va detto ha vissuto 3 anni in Italia, parla benissimo italiano e lo capisce, quindi questa volta le concediamo il talk in inglese, ma il prossimo sarà in italiano, ma già stasera le domande e risposte sarà solo italiano. Vado veloce su chi siamo, lo ripeto per i nuovi che ci sono, siamo una business unit specialistica di Gruppo Euris, che ci occupiamo dell'Agile Transformation all'interno delle aziende. Lavoriamo principalmente su 2 filoni, quello metodologico, quindi legato alle metodologie agili, al DevOps, ITIL, TSM e il PPM, supportato da tutti i tool della famiglia Atlassian. Quindi siamo Platinum Solution Partner Enterprise, che è il livello più alto che Atlassian riconosce come partnership a livello worldwide. Siamo anche Marketplace Top Vendor, perché anche noi nel nostro piccolo facciamo delle app che sono pubblicate sul Marketplace e abbiamo ovviamente delle alleanze con i partner che vendono app a livello, sono tornato indietro, vi chiedo scusa, a livello worldwide come Tempo, di cui siamo Gold Partner. Stiamo crescendo e Guðrún ci aiuterà a aumentare le nostre revenue, la nostra efficienza sui prodotti di Tempo. L'agenda di oggi è questa, quindi ci sarà adesso vi farò una breve opening io dove ci saranno alcune domande e i prossimi appuntamenti, dopodiché lascerò la parola a Guðrún che vi farà appunto il talk chiamato Seamless Time Tracking in Times of Remote Work, visto che è una delle tematiche che con questo lockdown, con questa remotizzazione forzata ci ha portato a rivedere come lavoriamo, ed essendo Tempo un plugin molto utile per la gestione e il tracking del tempo, abbiamo visto, e poi anche Tempo l'ha visto, che sono cresciute tantissimo, diciamo, l'utilizzo e la richiesta delle app che basate su Gira servono a fare il time tracking. Finito il talk di Guðrún saranno un po' di Q&A, vi promuoverò tutti a panelist, condivideremo il drink che stiamo bevendo e chi nel poll ha risposto che lo andava a prendere dopo verificherò, e ci sarà un po' di tempo per fare un po' di domande e risposte e diciamo conversare sullo stato attuale della tipologia di lavoro che stiamo affrontando in questi giorni / mesi. Abbiamo definito anche i prossimi Kanbar, quindi mercoledì prossimo saranno con noi gli amici di Easy Agile, che è un altro marketplace vendor che sviluppa delle app per i team Agile, quindi essendo noi fortemente legati alle metodologie Agile, vi faremo vedere alcune app che sviluppa Easy Agile che noi stiamo utilizzando per gestire i team Agile su Gira. Dopodiché ci sarà Pasqua, quindi no, Pasqua è prima, vi chiedo scusa, questo ho sbagliato. Pasqua è domenica, però sì, ho invertito i giri. Dopodiché il 22 aprile faremo un talk insieme a Almatworks, che sono i produttori di Structure, che hanno appena rilasciato la versione 6 di Structure, che ha nuove feature e che ultimamente noi stiamo usando tantissimo, soprattutto nella parte di consulenza, per gestire i progetti e i team. È un plugin che sta crescendo tanto, con cui diciamo, si fanno tante belle cose e quindi li avremo ospiti per presentare le nuove funzionalità di Structure che hanno appena rilasciato. Dopodiché, per concludere aprile, ci sarà con noi Prof. Giovanni Corazza, è uno speaker di TEDx, che parlerà con noi farà il talk sulla necessità, gusto e l'ingegno, creatività al servizio delle imprese. Sarà un talk, diciamo, abbastanza riflessivo su come sta cambiando la tipologia di lavoro e anche l'economia. Giovanni, oltre a parlare in TEDx, è un professore all'Università di Bologna, è un docente in Bologna Business School e anche il presidente del Marconi Creative Institute, questo nuovo ente che si occupa dell'innovazione all'interno delle aziende. Quindi il suo talk presenterà anche come fare innovazione all'interno delle aziende. Prima di passare la parola a Guðrún, lancio il poll 2. Eccolo qui. Come sta andando questa quarantena? Come vedete, dopo poi i risultati li renderemo disponibili. Il sentiment è abbastanza comune, speriamo finisca presto. Ce lo auguriamo tutti. Però diciamo che cerchiamo di vedere il positivo. Al momento abbiamo un 31% che si sta adattando, un 25% che è positivo perché ha scoperto un nuovo modo di lavorare e un 44% che spera che finisca presto. Diciamo che 60% hanno votato, lo stoppiamo e andiamo al terzo. Conoscete o utilizzate già le app di tempo? Tempo Timesheet, Tempo Budget, che non esiste più ma adesso si chiama Guðrún.
Tempo planner.
Tempo Planner va bene.
Il cost tracker.
Cost Tracker, esatto, che diciamo, Tempo Budget ha cambiato un sacco di nome, adesso si chiama Cost Tracker. Per il cloud, esatto. Tempo Budget rimane per la versione server. Comunque 56% conosce e utilizza già le app di tempo, 13% le conosce ma non le utilizza e il 30% non ancora conosce niente di tempo. Quindi Guðrún, dovrai spiegare bene cosa fa tempo dall'Islanda. Ultima domanda. Cosa vi piacerebbe vedere nei prossimi Kanbar? Stiamo facendo diversi test in questo periodo, stiamo ascoltando anche, ci fa molto piacere avere i vostri feedback e quindi diciamo che li stiamo adattando in base a quello che ci viene chiesto. Quindi i clinic su Atlassian sono diciamo, una metodologia nuova dove è possibile mandare in anticipo delle domande dove noi le elaboreremo e le presenteremo con la soluzione. Approfondimenti sulla metodologia, che può essere Agile, ITIL, ITSM, DevOps o PPM, oppure approfondimento su tool della famiglia Atlassian. Quindi sta vincendo approfondimenti sui tool Atlassian al 44%, metodologia al 35%, clinic su Atlassian 18%. Molto, molto bene. Grazie a tutti. Le domande mie, diciamo, il poll è finito. Ringrazio Guðrún che è qua con noi questa sera, che come vi ho detto, oltre ad essere la product manager di tempo, è anche nostra amica nelle serate di summit, in quanto abbiamo trascorso serate e serate assieme ai vari summit di Atlassian a discutere dell'ecosistema Atlassian di fronte a birre e a vino. E quindi mi fa molto piacere che lei sia qui con noi perché fa vedere comunque il rapporto che ci piace instaurare con i nostri partner, che siano marketplace vendor o comunque partner metodologici. E quindi grazie Guðrún, ti lascio il monitor, ti lascio la parola e up to you.
Allora, funziona così?
Sì.
So you see my screen?
Yep.
Allora, sono Guðrún, sono islandese e sono un product manager. I wanted to do this talk in Italian so much, but I apologize. I do not feel confident enough today to do this in Italian. Next time I'll do it, I promise. I hope that's fine. We can answer any question in any language. I'll promise you almost any language after the call, after the talk. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about seamless time tracking for remote teams. And well, not just time tracking, I'll talk about all of our products, but and how our products can be reused to augment remote work. So Tempo, a little bit about Tempo for those of you who don't know us. So we've been around in the Atlassian marketplace we're working with Atlassian for over 10 years. We have over 20,000 customers today, and we have customers in over 100 countries. And it's ranging from small and medium-sized businesses to enterprise companies. We have headquarters in Boston today. They're no longer in Iceland, but we also still have our main office in Iceland and then in Montreal. And Tempo originated kind of as a homegrown solution, a time tracking solution, where a few developers in the financial crisis in 2008 didn't like the way that they had to track time outside of the platform they were actually working in and had their tasks in. So we kind of decided to build a time tracking app that seamlessly integrated into the platform. And that's kind of what we're proud of today. We really want to make sure that our time tracking is seamless, and people and the users that really have to track time don't really have to think about Tempo as anything different than Jira or whatever they're working. And today the app eventually became one of the top selling add-ons in the Atlassian marketplace. We have over 20,000 customers, like I said before, and almost like an equal split between cloud and server. So we are on all hosting, so you can find us for cloud, server, and data center. Our product offering is a bit split though, like Simona said, Tempo Budget, that has changed names over the years, is only available on server, and then we have a slightly different financial tool on cloud. But Tempo Planner and Tempo Timesheets are available on all hostings. Tempo is actually trusted by over 120 companies of the Global 500 across industries, and as well as other small and medium-sized companies. The variety, as you can see here, we exist in almost all industries. So, as you know today, we're all experiencing the challenges and also the joys of remote working. However, we are striving to solve the challenges. It can be hard to focus on the right things and track the impact on productivity. To know what is expected of you each day, what you should be working on. It's difficult to organize the day so it's visible to others. Availability of people is unclear, and communicating sudden changes in priorities of tasks can be really hard. And that's where we believe tracking, planning, and managing the time, from time tracking to resource planning, will get you the data that you need to optimize your team. And it all starts with time tracking. So in order to get some data in, you'll first need your resources to log their efforts. There are multiple ways to do that, and one way might not fit all. Users can find their own way that works for them, that is it is painless. For example, from their My Work screen, which is completely seamless and embedded within Jira, within the Jira issue view that they're working on, so they never really have to leave their screens. With our new calendar integration, or so we support both Google and Office Calendar on cloud, and that's coming to server hopefully soon. And then we also have the Tempo mobile app for both cloud and server, where you can see, the users can see their schedule, they can log their time, submit their timesheets, and so on. So easy time tracking means you can measure and report on business critical decisions. You can use the data for invoicing, estimate future projects, renegotiate contract terms, R&D, and whatever comes into your mind. And with our reports, our customers can get the right information presented in the right way and make better decisions. With our custom report, one can take advantage of filtering and grouping functionalities to make sure that you can review and evaluate what your resources are spending the most time on, which projects, issues, epics, and customers, to mention a few. So here we have a Tempo report, a numerical representation of the logged hours within the instance. What we're looking at here is a user reporting on 3 Jira projects to understand how much time has been spent on each and every one of them, as well as the issues associated with those projects. The user is able to view the total hours spent on these 3 projects on the top across projects and issues. These reports are also can be saved. So if you're viewing these reports periodically, you can access them with a single click. And with accurate time tracking data, we make it possible for our customers to measure and report on capitalized and operational expenses with precision using our core add-on, which is called Accounts. And it comes with timesheets. The report offers many options to filter by, and few of those options are related to Tempo accounts. What we're seeing here now is an account that's being associated to a Jira issue. So anytime a user logs time against the issue, the hours are rolled up to the associated account. Then going to the Tempo report, the user filters by account category. Account categories enable you to track the initiatives, work activities, cost centers across projects. And in order to view where the hours are coming from, the users can group by accounts to break it down and view which accounts these hours are coming from. So now we have gone through the track and report in Tempo. And so how do we know that the data is accurate? Meaning, are the users logging the required hours, or are they logging it to the right issue? And that's where timesheet reviews and approvals come into play. So it supports different approval processes where one can choose to have users submit their timesheet weekly or monthly. This allows supervisor to review, approve, or reject the team timesheets, individual or in bulk. This helps produce even more accurate invoices and gain confidence for audits. A trail of approvals is then kept for further transparency and traceability. We are also soon, I think in the next couple of months, relaunching the account approval on server first, which allows you to approve time on specific accounts. And then what about the future? I mentioned that we have plans and we have a tool called Tempo Planner. And we believe that it's very important that you avoid overcommitting your teams and that you are able to deliver on your projects and you plan ahead efficiently. So with an accurate view of all resources and plan, as well as the filtering option, you can ensure that the right resources are available to support the goal. So Tempo supports our customers to manage their teams centrally and get a visibility into resources and their availability. Planner also enables you to plan work for teams and stay on top of how resources are being utilized, making sure that you're not over allocating your staff. And going back to our core add-on on Teams, which is the foundation for the team management in Tempo. Oh, I'm sorry. With Tempo Teams, you can allocate the resources to teams over time. You can specify custom availability periods and functional role for each team member. The next step would be to link your teams to Jira boards and projects to define the team's backlog. Then you would grant user permission and apply custom work and holiday schemes to individual users and groups. Then we have resource planning in Tempo. And just to be clear on what we're really focusing on here is not necessarily planning project. We're making sure that teams are not overbooked, but they're fully booked to make sure that you're completely utilizing all the resources that you have. And we're calling this the resource planning view. You can have it in this like a week view, but you can also have it on a bigger scale, so you're viewing the whole month. And it gives you a graphical representation of the resources and their allocation. You're able to filter by your Jira users, team, temporal, and specific users to understand what they're working on and view upcoming plans. This is especially useful when managing shared resources because it lists all the Jira users within your instance in one single view. This is also where you can do the planning. By clicking on the user timeline, one is able to create plans associated with the Jira project or the Jira issue. So you don't really have to know which tasks he'll be working on. You can reserve him on a specific project. And then for the people that already know Tempo, we've been we've been focusing a lot on enterprise planning, and we've kind of been revamping the whole planner idea. So making sure that people can forecast and see their availability into the future and how the team is being utilized. We've revamped the capacity report. So this is our new report for that. So you can actually associate roles and location to users. So you can filter on that, including with the teams as well. And you can see how many resources you have available, what's the capacity at, for the period, how much is available and how much is planned in that period. So you can have you can focus on the available capacity or the booking capacity. And then we also have launched the plan versus actual report, and it shows you the plan time against the actual time that comes from the work logs. And you can see the time variance in the scope that you're viewing and the project variance. And this can also, it's for every report that we have in Tempo, you can save that and you can filter it by almost any attribute that you want. Yeah, so this is newly launched, and for the people that already know Planner, I urge you to check it out. This is one of the most requested views I think we've ever had, and we just launched it. And then, like Simone mentioned before, the tool that no one really knows what to call, maybe, Tempo budgets. So in addition to resource management and time tracking, Tempo helps our customers as well with planning and tracking projects from a financial perspective. So, and this is where Tempo Budget steps in. And Tempo Budgets helps our customers to get visibility into projects and portfolios, which are kind of sets of projects, as well as staying on top of the project health and status. Additionally, Budgets helps to simplify the process to plan, track, and report on project financials. Tempo will help you to set up the scope and timeline of your projects through a simple guided wizard, and it will also guide you on what you would like to track within the scope of your project. For example, simple cost and revenue, and activate earned value management, which is kind of more known in the US region than the European. So what you're seeing here in this screen is an overview of a folio, and a folio is simply a project wherever you define a cost within the scope of Jira. So folio can be collected under one single portfolio. Yeah. So all your portfolios and folios are available in the budgets overview, the powerful overview that supports advanced filters and customization so that you can easily classify and sort through all of your projects. You're quickly able to view statuses, durations, and ownership of each folio and portfolio. This is an example of financial information that you can claim from a folio. The big plus here is that tempo budgets exist within the same Jira instance that you're doing all of your work. So as people update estimates, as people move issues in or out of scope, as work is logged, all of these changes are automatically available for you within tempo budgets. There's no integration really to worry about. The actual cost and revenue implements automatically, and you're always going to see in comparison with what you were planning to do. So jumping from the overview to one of the sections of the folio. So this is one of the section of a folio where you create a baseline in order to set up your initial budget. So how are you really how much is this project going to cost? And the budget can be broken down by different expense categories, such as financial expenditures, operational expenditures, and capital expenditures. What you can also see from this slide is different sections of a folio. So up in the top right corner, you can see different tabs, which allows you to do different things. The staff section enables you to add resources to your project. Adding a staff member to your folio will enable you to set a cost rate and price rates associated with a tempo role or Jira user, which helps you track the actual cost and revenue as those members log time in tempo. And it's the same with, it integrates with Planner as well. So if you have actually planned them, then you can also bring that into this planning section. And then last but not least, real-time reports. So tempo budgets offer customizable financial reports, and you can have issue cost report, which gives you exact cost information, steering committee report, which presents a summary of the folio status, and profitability report that presents a periodic comparison of actual cost and revenue over time. And this helps businesses complying with different standards like SOX or GAAP. And then I also mentioned something we call cost tracker, which is our budget quote unquote equivalent. It's not equivalent, but it's our financial tool on cloud. And we launched it this year. It's kind of like a subset of our budgets product where we're offering simple cost tracking to begin with and we're releasing some revenue features in it as well. But you define a scope within your Jira instance, and you can group, you can kind of decide on the hierarchy, and you can track towards your budget, the time spent and the labor cost. And yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you today. As you can see, we assist our customers with multiple use cases, from time tracking to resource management and project financial tracking. I know I went really fast through everything.
Adesso c'è più domande c'è più tempo per le domande e risposte. Quindi chi alza la mano lo promuovo, così facciamo le domande live. Cocktail in mano, alzata di mano, diventate tutti panelist, così facciamo le domande e Guðrún risponde in italiano. Maurizio. Tutti timidi, ragazzi.
Yeah, I kind of want to highlight a few things that we're working on. Wait, why can't I? Like, how can I get my screen, like my video again?
On the top left, probably you have a button like start video.
No.
Yeah. Go back from full screen to...
There it is. I found it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So I would also like to kind of, I know I went through things fast, but I want to highlight efforts that we're focusing on right now, and we really want to get input from customers. We are focusing a lot on time tracking. We're releasing, just next week, we're releasing kind of what we believe to be next generation time tracking. automated time tracking, suggesting time to log, time to integrations into Git plugins. So focusing a lot on the developer role, allowing people to allowing developers to just kind of get the time that they've spent on the feature branches straight into my work. So they don't really have to think about logging time. And then we're enabling them to log their time in one click. And we have really high hopes for that. That's coming first to the cloud. And if you're interested in working with us in relation to that, also let me know. I think that's a great opportunity. But yeah,
Non avete domande? Sono tutti...
Io sì, io ho domanda. A quanto ho capito preferisci in italiano, giusto?
Sì.
Guardando la suite dei prodotti Tempo e tutti quelli che state portando avanti, quanto secondo te sarà importante andare a continuare a migliorare le funzionalità su cloud e quanto tempo verrà dedicato invece allo sviluppo su server?
So you're asking me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, okay. I just want to make sure I'm answering the right question. So okay. In English, it's going to be like, what is the most important product, like the use case that I see for our products?
Yeah, it's about your product. So you still think that are you going to deploy more feature on the cloud, or you continue to deploy on the server?
No.
How much will be different in the two products?
It's okay. We are not going. Okay, I can't do this. I wish.
Drink a little bit more. Take another sip.
So, going forward, we have not decided to be cloud first or anything like that, but rather go where the opportunities are. So, for example, like we are just gathering what are the most important use cases for different audiences. So we focus both on the server and data center audience as well as the cloud audience as well. Sometimes we start with the cloud because it's actually easier to kind of do experimentation there. So we maybe bring our experimentation a little bit more there. But for bigger initiatives, for example, all of our enterprise planning and the capacity report that I showed is all on server to begin with. We have not brought that to the cloud. And we are focusing our efforts on the server business there. So I don't think you need to worry about that. I think, we will. It's more about where the demand is coming from and where we see it's best for us to invest.
Okay, thank you.
Luca, vai, so che hai una domanda.
Ci sono. I'd like to know more about Office calendar or Office 365 calendar.
Yes.
There is some automated time tracking.
Yeah. So I can go over that quickly. So today on cloud, we offer both Google and Office Calendar, and we are working on seeing if we can bring that quickly to server as well. That has been proven really well in the cloud. So what happens is that you can integrate your calendar into the My Work view that I showed you first, and you can see all your meetings. So what we do is if you put the issue key in the meeting name, we pick up the issue key. So if everyone that comes to the meeting will actually automatically get the issue key to the task, and you can kind of understand how much, if a task is related to a meeting, you can see how much effort is actually going into the meeting. And we pre-populate the description, so everything is really done with one click. So you can just kind of convert it into a work log. So it's already predefined for you. I think in Tempo, there are very interesting statistics because everyone in Tempo, every employee uses the Google Calendar integration because we use Google Calendar. And 45% of our weekly records or something are coming from calendars, which means that most people are logging their calendar invites and then they log maybe on few records per day differently. So we have, and people are actually starting to plan their day out in Google Calendar and what they're going to work on. So they don't really have to use the planner. They just use their own Google Calendar to say, I'm going to be working on this here. And then they just quickly convert that into a workload in my work. And yeah, and it works also with the mobile app and everything. So we really hope to bring that to everyone. And then regarding the automated time tracking, I am super excited about that because that's kind of been my project for the past year or so. And what we're doing for that, we're kind of in initial testing with that. So we've built out the base for that. But now our cloud customers are starting to see Tempo is actually suggesting issues to log time to for the day. So in the issue picker, you will see the issue that you were working on for that day at top in the issue picker. And then we're, as we bring in more activities, like I talked about the Git integration into IntelliJ and VS Code. We're also picking up time that's spent on feature branches that are related to the work repositories. And we are telling them the duration. So we can say, you spent 3 hours working in VS Code on this branch today. And they can just say, yeah, that's true. And we're, like I said, please contact me if you wanna work with me on that. We're looking for anyone that's willing to test out things with us because it's obviously very sensitive and like experimental work, but we really believe that this will work for us and it's showing really big changes internally.
Okay, thank you.
Tutti timidi. Tutti timidi.
Fai tu
Bravo.
che sei curioso, vai.
Ma io con tempo un po' che ci lavoro, ormai le cose le ho imparate, fortunatamente. Sono lento, ma ci arrivo.
Hi, Guðrún. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you see your path crossing portfolio, Atlassian portfolio, very often or not?
No, not really. And do you mean in terms of integration or in terms of kind of being a competitor?
Kind of being competitor, yes.
Yeah, no. So the difference between Planner and Jira Portfolio is very different. The Jira Portfolio is kind of a road mapping tool, and it's kind of to lay out the project, and it's more focused towards the project. And we decided that we would not try to compete, and we do not want to compete with Jira Portfolio. We would rather exist in the space. That's why we're focusing on the resources and making sure that they are fully booked. So we are on one hand focusing on the project aspect and planning the project, and then you're making sure that the team is fully utilized. And maybe more like how we see it is more kind of forecasting the demand that you're going to have in different roles in the futures. So saying like the next steps for enterprise planning is being able to say, okay, next year I'm going to need 15 designers for my projects and I only have 5. So I'm going to need to start hiring. So that's where we kind of want to bring Planner is to more on the resource side rather than the project side. Where we kind of overlap with, and the confusion is mostly with Portfolio is when you have teams, because there's teams in Jira Portfolio and then there's teams on Tempo side, and they just do not integrate. And we have, unfortunately, and we have talked about it, actually integrating those components somehow with Jira. It is just never, we've never really seen that much demand, and to kind of initiate that project, but we've actually had quite a few talks with Atlassian on that. So if that answers your question, yeah.
Thank you. Yes, yes, it does. Thank you.
Altre domande? Curiosità? Facciamo parlare Guðrún in italiano per piacere.
Penso che non posso dire niente in italiano quando parlo di tempo. No.
Parliamo dell'Islanda?
Sì, se volete.
Sono tutti silenziosi, nessuna domanda. Fabrizio.
No, non è silenziosi nessuna domanda, è che io ho visto un sacco di cose interessanti, ma molto interessanti, che mi piacerebbe usare e averle tutte quante insieme. Non ci sono, quindi più di tante domande non posso fare a Guðrún particolarmente. Me le metto via per farle a qualcun altro poi. Però effettivamente la parte del planning era molto molto interessante, perché io lo uso moltissimo, per esempio il calendario di tempo. Sarebbe bello vedere che tutto si integra anche con il calendario di Outlook, con tutto quanto, perché alla fine mi trovo a dover duplicare, a fare il lavoro 2 volte. È molto interessante quella parte lì, però sicuramente le mie domande non sono rivolte a lei, perché ha presentato bene tutte le cose bellissime che si possono fare con tempo, quindi me le tengo nel cassetto. Grazie, che mi hai fatto scoprire un mondo, Guðrún. Non ti ringrazierà nessuno per avermi fatto venire in mente tante domande.
You're welcome. Thank you for the kind words.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, and I kind of want to maybe emphasize here is that some people, after we launched the calendar integration, they've kind of said, I stopped really looking at my calendar to check out my work, because they have both their plans, because if there's a resource manager planning and telling them what are the tasks or projects that they're supposed to be working on, they can have both their meetings scheduled, because we don't just have it in a stack view, we have it in a timed view. So they can have an overview actually of their day with the whole calendar view, and also with the plans that they have from Planner. And then they've kind of started switching towards the My Work view in Tempo and Jira.
Yeah, the fact that now in Jira, if we use the planner with Tempo, we cannot use it 100%, because actually it's kind of making up your plan that you can do for each task, but then you cannot have a complete summary, I would say. So it's not breaking up in single tasks. Yeah. So at the moment, that's my difficulty. So I can plan my week maybe, and then I can log the time if the task is what I've done, but I cannot really do it on a bigger timeline, I would say. So I'm trying with that. I find it very useful.
Yeah, and we're constantly, so what's also important for us is kind of to make our development process a little bit more open to our customers and getting closer to our customers. So if you're seeing something in Tempo where Tempo could potentially be the thing that solves your use case, we really want to work with you. So, work with trying to figure out what really is going to suit your use case. We are going to bring in more long-term planning at some point, hopefully soon. So that's part of this enterprise planning initiative. And we have signed recently a new product manager to specifically that, to work with the bigger companies that are going to data center, or actually like on a large scale teams as well, trying to plan into the future. So the main problems we see there is to plan big teams and to plan into the future. So that is kind of like the core problems that we have.
Not an easy thing for sure.
Well, we can try.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I like, so the vision for the automated time tracking is, like I mentioned, we are focusing right now on the developer, because we believe those are the key kind of roles within that work with Tempo today. Like they're people, because they're kind of the key people in Jira. So, but we also understand that there are a lot of teams around developers as well. And we want to bring in more tools. So not just the calendar, but being able to see what are the documents, like Confluence, we're actually spiking that. So telling you worked on this document in Confluence for 2 hours today where you're writing up the requirements, you will see that as a work activity in Tempo that you did, and you can change that to a time record. And we're bringing in more tools as well, like Bitbucket. And then we haven't decided where to take it next. But, you know, ideas are, for example, the Google Sheets or like the Google Drive or the Office Suite, or being able, like integrating with different tools, and never to spy on people, but just to kind of help them reference what they spent on through the day. And then these records just will be discarded if they don't want to see it.
Which is one of the biggest challenges, because it's very easy to, you know, forget what you've been doing all the day long. So
exactly,
yeah, it could help a lot.
Yeah, and like being smart with telling what you were maybe working on with issues and so on. Something that you have kind of recurring work that you're constantly doing at the same time, can we suggest that we log that? And that's kind of where we're going. So I have high hopes.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question. Anyone else? Has anyone here been to Iceland?
Twice.
Oh, twice? Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Really lovely place.
It's so weird because I'm in the south.
It is.
No, but now it's been changing so much in the past weeks. So now there are no tourists, and we've had so many tourists in the past years that there's always more tourists in the places. And I drove, and places that I've never seen empty were empty last week, and it was amazing. The views, the glacier, like no one is watching it, you're alone. It's crazy.
But you can go out then over there. So
yes,
you're allowed to go and take a walk and go around.
Yeah, so thankfully we are not on a lockdown.
Okay.
I am technically still allowed to go to the office, but I'm not. Like, we decide if we can to work remotely, and but everyone is kind of allowed to go to work. They're just these close collaboration, which is forbidden, like massage or hairdresser or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty nice for us. Then I agree. I can't imagine what it's really like in Italy. And I really hope everyone is fine.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Everyone has the same problem with hairstylist. Not me.
Yes.
Sorry, I was thinking.
Alessandro, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there are certainly way bigger problems than having not being able to go to a hairdresser. It's like it's a really bad situation, but in so many ways it's actually also when we are fine in most cases. Like, there are worse places than to be stuck at home, I think.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. And we're seeing, like with Tempo, we had a record month last month in terms of usage. People are really logging in and logging their hours and starting to plan way more. We're seeing very different usage of our products when people are working remotely. And that's very interesting to look at now. I'm really enjoying that.
Sì, puoi dire la percentuale, the increase.
I'm not sure. It was a huge increase.
Huge, yeah.
It was a huge increase.
Crazy, not huge.
Yeah. I thought the numbers were wrong first when we were looking at it. It made no sense. But that's, we also recognize that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be struggling. But hopefully we can help out in some way.
L'unica cosa che hai fatto è questo Covid è perché Guðrún doveva essere con noi a marzo all'evento e quindi ha lanciato questo delirio per non venire a Bologna. Però va bene.
I hope soon.
You have. So you went in 2016. You was with us.
Yes, sure.
2016 is a lot of years ago.
It's been too long. That's the last time I was in Italy.
And you was speaking fluent Italian.
I know, shameful.
So after Montreal.
Yeah. The French ruined, learning French ruined it. I don't speak French either today. I just tried to learn French and it ruined both.
Better, just stay with Italian, please.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so as like I'm a product manager, but now I'm transitioning over. So I'll be working as with the partners, hopefully seeing more, working closer with customers. Also Italian customers, and
you have.
And I said, give me 1 month to kind of get up to speed with my Italian and kind of bring that back.
Yeah, you have to work with us, so you know it. Yeah. This is the rule that you have to put it.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I know. I really like it, and I think that's a very fun opportunity, is to be able to work with like very different customers, very different customer needs, just because of like legal requirements or just the environment is so different, to kind of understand what shapes the whole economy is very interesting. Being able to travel to the different destinations as well is nice. Going back to Italy, amazing. I miss it a lot. I have to admit, I miss it a lot.
Domande? Tutti? Fabrizio, hai acceso il microfono, quindi ce l'hai una domanda, t'ho visto.
No, basta.
Puoi
un po'
fare...
troppo tecniche.
Mike, bravo. It's a temporary solution, Mike. It's not, doesn't work. So it's temporary. Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to fix the hairstyle solution.
Yeah,
with
my solution. Yeah. Easy. So. Va bene, se non ci sono altre domande, grazie a tutti, grazie Guðrún, vi arriverà via mail ovviamente il video con la registrazione, qualsiasi cosa siamo a disposizione per informazioni o per ricoinvolgere Guðrún e portarla in Italia quando il lockdown è finito, per fare una sessione live di Q&A e di brainstorming.
Yeah, I'm sorry again for not being able to speak Italian. I wish I could.
Ti ho detto, metà maggio, prossimo
Ti aspettiamo a metà maggio.
Se non riesci a venire, Kanbar in italiano.
Ok.
Deal?
Deal.
Va bene, grazie a tutti.
Grazie a tutti.
Vi mandiamo la mail per anche i prossimi appuntamenti e poi grazie di aver partecipato. Buona serata.
Grazie a voi. Ciao.
Grazie, buona serata.
Guðrún.
Buona serata a tutti.
Ciao.